Hello, seventh graders. Please make sure that you have your completed practice here and your correcting pen and you're ready to go. If you need to get it, please stop the video and go get it so that you are ready to follow along. Okay, because remember guys, we take the notes exactly as your teacher gives them to you. Then you use those notes to do the practice. Then from the practice, we want to make our corrections and ask our questions if we don't understand so that we have all our ducks in a row when it comes to the formative. So for number 1, we have a bank withdrawal of $500. Whenever you see these banking problems, by the way, they're always talking about money in the bank. So you're talking about your little bunch of money sitting right there. So if I'm doing a withdrawal, I'm taking it out of the bank. That means I have $500 less than, or a negative $500 in the bank. Okay. The opposite of that would be $500. So now I've got a positive $500 in the bank, and a description of that meaning would be deposit. So I'm going to deposit the money into the bank. All right. Number 2. If you have a gain of 4 pounds, you have positive 4. Uh-oh, I forgot to put my number down of the problem. The opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. And if I need to describe it's that meaning, the opposite of gain is to lose or a loss of 4 pounds. Excuse me. Okay, in the next section, write 2 inequalities using the number pairs. So now we're going to use our less than or a greater than sign. So on your paper, you should have had number 3, copy down 2 and negative 5. So if I'm looking at the number line, I can say 2 is greater than negative 5. Wow, that changed its shape right there for me. That was kind of weird. Then we're going to flip those around and we can say negative 5 is less, let's see if it keeps its shape, than 2. So anytime you have 2 numbers, you should be able to have 2 comparisons. So it makes sense then that we say 2 is greater than negative 5. So then negative 5 is less than 2. For number 4. Okay, copying down negative 4, negative 8. These can be tricky because they're both negative numbers, but we want to think about that number line again. Which number is closer to 0? Negative 4. So negative 4 is greater than negative 8. And don't forget that second inequalities. It said 2, biggest mistake a lot of people make, not reading those directions. So I flip-flop, negative 8 is less than negative 4. On to number 5, negative 1 and positive 1. So negative 1 and its opposite, huh? Well, negative is always going to be less than the positive. So negative 1, oh, it slipped away on me. Come on. Oh, no. Come back. Negative 1. Well, what is going on here? Well, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's getting away on me. Negative 1 is less than 1. 1 is greater than negative 1. Whew, made it through that. Yowzers. In the next section, replace each little dot from the book here with our less than, greater than, or equal to make it a true sentence. So you should have copied down number 6 on your paper. written the original problem, -9, -16. Which number is closer to 0 on the number line? It is -9. So -9 is greater than -16. -7, not -7, problem 7. -7 and 7. As we said before, guys, a negative is always less than the positive. So that would be less than. I'm trying to write so carefully so the paper doesn't slide around. I'm having a hard time even writing. -6 and 0. Okay. Yep, 0 is neither positive or negative, but -6 is to the left of 0 on the number line, isn't it? So -6 is less than 0. Okay, for number 9. Do I dare put my hand on this? No. Number 9. It says, order the state temperatures from least to greatest. Ooh, I hope you read that carefully and did least to greatest. This is where a lot of people make a mistake, and I know in our notes we did greatest to least. So if you need to pause the video and redo this, go right ahead. All right, most effectively, and because you need to copy down the original problem, -27, -80, -45, -2, 12, -48, -34, -39, and -23. And I sometimes even count when they're not this nicely lined up. Well, if I'm copying them down from the book instead of like right here like I am, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew, because I missed one yesterday when I was doing this in class. So now, if we're going from the least to greatest, we need to start with the largest negative number. So, -80. Then -48, where is it? -45. I spy a -39. -34. What's next here? -27. What do I have left? Is that -23? Hope you guys write neater than me. I'm still getting used to writing on this board. Where am I now? I lost my place. -23, up, -2, and finally, -12. Not -12, +12. Whew, caught myself. Oh, I think I can box my answer and be done with that one. Hope you guys did great. If not, pause the video. If it went too fast, put them in order. Ask your teacher what you need to do differently if you're confused. Okay, here we're going to evaluate each expression. So we'll come down to clearing off all grouping symbols and that, just like when we did with order of operations. So copying down number 10, the absolute value of -12. I'm just going to make my bars bigger so that they don't look like ones. And you can use what method you want, make them a different color or whatnot. So I need to clear these out just like I would be clearing parentheses of that's a grouping symbol. So the absolute value of -12, 12. It's just 12 away from 0 on the number line. Number 11, I've got the absolute value of -14 plus, ooh, felt like something funky was going to happen there, the absolute value of 3. Maybe on those I should make them darker so you can see them. That's better. So now we'll clear away. The absolute value of negative 14 is 14. Bring down my plus sign. Absolute value of 3 is 3. 14 plus 3 is 17. And lastly, number 12. All right. So I've got the absolute value of 18 minus the absolute value of negative 5 and some strange line. Alrighty, so the absolute value of 18, bring down my minus sign. Absolute value of negative 5 is 5. 18 minus 5 is 13. All right. Hope you did well. Make sure you keep these so you can refer back to them later.